want to press it to the max. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car. I need 100 grand large. Free my homies out of bars. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show. I'm Jabari Harris. I'm your host and the proprietor. And on this episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show, we're going to run through some sports news going on in the sports world. Sports world is buzzing, definitely to the fullest. But give a quick shout out to my sponsors. You need fresh gear, fresh clothing. Go to Catch Baby Clothing brand. Also, need any good bakery, go to Diner Delights. Intro Music, Jolly Blow Music. We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's dive right into it. 76ers, James Harden calling out Daryl Morey, saying he's a liar and he will never ever be a part of an organization that Daryl Morey is a part of. And he repeated that, emphasis on that. Also, this came in the wake of James Harden not getting max money, not getting traded. Obviously, some broken promises was going on between Daryl Morey and James Harden. So this is where all this is coming from. 76ers got a decision to make. Like, we ain't got to play around. 76ers got a decision to make. You getting rid of Daryl Morey or you going to get rid of James Harden? But 76ers really ain't your choice, if we're going to be frank about it. Calling the big fella up. Ask him, do you think you can win with James Harden? Or do we need to get rid of him and keep Daryl Morey? Because obviously we're going to have to let Daryl Morey go. Because the two of them, James Harden and Daryl Morey, they're not going to be able to exist in the same franchise. Like he said. I mean, James Harden said it. And this is kind of unprecedented. He let it be known, put emphasis on it, reiterated that. And just keep doubling down, tripling down how many times he got to say it 10 times over pretty much. To let it be known, get me up out of here or get rid of him pretty much. That's how James Harden feels. So, Joel Embiid, 76ers, owner, need to figure out what they're going to do. But one of them going to go. And honestly, if there's some broken promises being made to him, I mean, it happens all the time. And then it happens all the time. These guys keep the word. So those wink deals, handshake agreements, and stuff like that, it ain't on pen and paper. Somebody always can go back on it. Now if you go back on your word, of course it's going to hurt you, and that's going to get out there among the league. People want to know this is who you are, and this is what you're known for. So you got to be mindful of that. But if that's the reputation you want to have because it's actually true, then you won't have to live with nobody wanting to be dealing with you, at least players-wise. So there's still a whole lot to unpack with this, but all I know is one thing's for sure, two things are for certain. One and two is going to get up out of there, and James Harden letting it be clear where he stands. Ain't no question about that. Let me move on to this Michael Oher situation. The main subject of the Blind Side movie, shout out to Sandra Bullock winning her Oscars. And no, she not. She get an Oscar back. No, she should not. All the people thinking that she should give her Oscar back. No, she should not. Michael Oher alleging the family, Sean and Lee, Annie, Toyi, the Toyi family. The adoption was a lie. They tricked him to sign a conversionship to have all his rights and his get percentages of his money per se, if not the majority. And he's alleging that they got more money in royalties than he received from the movie. Obviously, that was a big box office movie that did great. Obviously, Sandra Bullock won an Oscar, so that speaks volumes of the fact how great that movie did, and people still got a good meaningful feeling for it, and people got emotional and teared up and loved the story so much. Even stuff is based off a true story or true story or fiction or whatever the case may be. I mean, if it's a good story, to get people emotions going, it's a great movie. Now, obviously, one will be disappointed if it wasn't true. Obviously, that's why they got the disclaimers out there, whether it's a fictional thing or whether it's a true story based on true story, based on true events, whatever it may have you. This was led to be, the exact story. But now that Michael Oher is claiming that obviously wasn't accurate, now, might lose some meaning in it. But all in all, I mean, there's plenty of fictional stories out there. I mean, fictional movies out there that, touching and moving, but especially anime. So I'm just being honest as far as that. So Sandra Bullock definitely should not be having to give her word back or anybody thinking like that. But we definitely need to see more unpack with this, because the family is the Toby family is letting it be known that he tried to come to him with a shakedown for money, $15 million, before he was going to go public with all this information. He felt like he was owed $15 million, from his calculations or whatever, and they saying no, we didn't get no money like that. We got everything that we claim we got, and how we doing so good because we make great business decisions and other business endeavors and got our money other ways. I mean, that's what they claiming. So we still have to wait till everything unfolds, because I don't got no answer for you for this, because this really is just, it's sickening if this is true. You're trying to get over, what I'm saying, what Michael Oher is claiming, that they took percentages of his money and took not majority of it and gave him pennies on a dollar pretty much compared to what they got and stuff like that. No, that ain't right. You took this man in just because you feel like it was a good business decision, instead of just something that placed on your heart that you wanted to you was looking for to get something out of it, from him, like God bless you, you know what I'm saying. If that's the case, don't look at that young man, 16-year-old, thinking, okay, he's about to be going to college and playing football. I'm going to NFL. We can find a way to be skimming off the top from him. Now, if this is all false accusations, now, we're gonna double back on this and let it be known what's going on. You're doing this retention. Blow through your 30+ million that you made in an NFL career, what have you. So we're gonna have those conversations. But until further information come out, I'm just going to stay neutral right now, and before I truly come down with the hammer on how I feel one way or another, because I know this is definitely intriguing, and now I'm tuned in and eager to see what's next and what's going on, because we got to get to the bottom of this. Ain't no question. Let me move on to the ESPN. ESPN been busy, first of all, but ESPN, trying to recoup money and just do different things like that, just to get cutting talent and layoffs across the board, and coming up with new segments and jobs and different things, and trying to create a revenue and partnerships and what have you. ESPN signs licensing deal with Penn Entertainment. We'll rebrand that the current sports book and name into ESPN Bet. That's what it's going to be later this year. ESPN is getting into the sports bet booking world, and they're obviously trying to find multiple ways to get revenue. I ain't mad at you. Feel like they're a little too late to the party. They try to do got their moral stands and everything like that, but they could have been one of the first to do this, and ESPN knows that. Everybody should know that ESPN could have been one of the first ones to do this. They ain't had to let FanDuel get a head start. They ain't had DraftKings get a head start. They ain't had to let MGM get a head start. They ain't had to let Barstool get a head start. They ain't had to let all these other the different companies and platforms that got their betting platform before ESPN partnering up with the Penn Entertainment and stuff like that. So I obviously gonna get the exposure that it needs, but I feel like people that's already doing the sports betting booking with whatever app that they're already using, I believe that they're gonna continue using that. They may get use the free promotion and stuff like that. You gotta see what have you that ESPN is gonna do with that, but I think they're gonna stay consistent and persistent on what they've been doing. That's just my personal opinion when it comes to that. Now other ESPN news, because like I said, ESPN be busy. Something ain't no disrespect to the great Doris Burke, ain't none of that. But I do miss my fellas, I do miss my guys who I grew up with, calling the games. ESPN announces that the top NBA broadcast replacing the great Mark Jackson, Stan Van Gundy, will be Doris Burke, and former head coach Doc Rivers. They will be joining Mike Breen to be calling the ESPN ABC games. Now, for congratulations to Doris Burke, she will become the first woman in United States history in the four professional sports to be calling the championship game on live television. When she calls the finals game, obviously in June. Unless baseball or soccer. Baseball or football, one of those sports. Or hockey. Put a female analyst before the finals championship game. She would be the first one to when that happens in June. But I do miss my man Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. I liked that combination. Thought that we went to chemistry with Mike Green. I think Mike Green probably feeling a little type of way about this. This is my personal opinion about this. I just don't think it's going to be the 100% same exact energy that Mike Green was bringing with with the fellas, with the guys, with his crew, with the new crew. He's going to have respect and love for them, but we all know it's going to be a little something off. It's not going to be quite the same. But yeah, congratulations to Doris Burke and Doc Rivers, man. I hope your voice is better contained and better. You're not going to be yelling at players and nothing like that, coaching and everything like that. You should have your voice. You should be nice and perched and ready to go. Because I might have to turn some music up on you. Like I usually like doing that. I know I go to people's houses. We have game parties and stuff like that, and now I don't like too much of that because people want to have the background music on, which is not even the background music. That's really the main noise. That's the loud music, and then they got the TV as the background music. No, I want to hear the words and stuff. I want to hear the commentating. I want to hear the players talk trash out there, the little bit that I can hear before they bleep it out, and I want to hear some of the commentating and stuff like that. I don't want to be hearing nobody's voice being so hoarse and parched and just coming like that. No. So yeah, hopefully his voice is going to be much better this season since he ain't going to be doing no coaching. But I digress. Let's talk about the NBA players that got enshrined into the Basketball Hall of Fame last weekend. Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, Pau Gasol, Dwayne Wade, and head coach Greg Popovich, current head coach Greg Popovich. So just wanted to congratulate them. It was a nice ceremony. Dwayne Wade had a nice little moment with his dad, so definitely make sure y'all check that out if y'all haven't seen that. But I'm pretty sure people are seeing that now, circulating on all types of social media platforms and what have you. There was a nice moment between Dwayne Wade and his dad again. And then obviously Pau Gasol, training. He wouldn't be here without Kobe Bryant. He missed Kobe Bryant, Gigi, and stuff like that. Don't want to get me all touchy and getting emotional about that. But I'm glad, Vanessa Bryant was there, Kobe Bryant's widow. And I'm glad, the Bryant love was in the atmosphere and was there and representing and supported. So that was good. Oh, which is not good. Anti-lawsuit. Excuse me. UFC antitrust lawsuit that was against them dating back to 2020, giving 1,200 fighters chance to add on to the lawsuit against them. You know, this is stemming back from that lawsuit for the money and assurance and all that, benefits and everything like that. So we'll see how that turns out. But they gonna have a task on their hands now. They got more people able to attach onto the lawsuit like that. Like I said, close to 1,200,000. It's close to 1,200 UFC fighters. It's just strictly for the UFC fighters. Now, on some other news in the golf world, golf legend Phil Mickelson, in a new book, renowned gambler is alleged to bet more than $1 billion. You heard what I said. The renowned gambler is alleged to bet more than $1 billion in 30 years and tried to wager on the 2012 Ryder Cup and claims lost $100 million. So if you bet over $1 billion, and come on, man, look at those percentages. That's 10-1. You take that. He bet over $1 billion and took the loss of $100 million. That's good. So this man probably, who knows how much money this man really got? He probably got a billion and a half, 1.5 billion, if not more. Because obviously he bet that money allegedly, so he won that money back and then some. Now we know bills paid and take care of stuff and investments, yada yada. But Phil Mickelson's good. Probably one would say he's living better than Tiger Woods. One would say. Man, so this is interesting. But this has come out in the book Gambler: Secrets from a Life of Risk. The new book. I'm going to the college world. Just some full disclaimers. It's some unpleasant news, but we already talked about this. But this is just some following up of what's going on with the Liberty football team. The Liberty football coach Jamie Chadwell says death of freshman offensive line Taj Boyd, 19 years old, was not football related. Declined to give further explanation. Obviously, respect the family's privacy. That's all. So we're just gonna leave it like that. Don't want to speculate. We're moving on. Just wanted to give you some updates from discussing that story. That was a couple months ago now. Some signings that have been going on. We could just run through some news. Ain't going too much. I had more, but just press for time right now. I don't want to go through all these. UFC fan favorite, Derek Lewis, 38 years old, signs an 8-fight deal to stay with the UFC. So congratulations to him. NFL world, running back Ezekiel Elliott signs a 1-year deal with the Patriots. $6 million plus incentives. Also, running back Dalvin Cook signs a 1-year deal with the Jets, $8.6 million, worth up to $8.6 million. And then I didn't get the chance to talk about this when it initially came out because I had a guest on, but I'm pretty sure people know by now. Ex-Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs III sentenced 3 to 10 years, and for his fatal crash in November 2021, drunk and driving crash that killed a young lady, and I'm just like, Tory Lanez, the rapper, got 10 years flat for shooting the feet of fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion. I'm like, this man about to be home before Tory Lanez, probably in about 3 years. If not 4, because obviously he got 3 to 10, so he can come home in the 3. Tory Lanez be home about 7. Yeah, that's, the justice system. Just, I don't know. Just stuff that just things that just make me just wonder, like, the rhyme and reason to how we going about stuff. Which things could be something a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like unified across the board. But that's a whole nother conversation. Just wish that, I guess we could say one set of rules, right? But I digress. Listen, we're going to talk about some of this boxing thing, but I don't really got too much to say about this guy because, this fight took place. Anthony Joshua knocked out Robert Healis in the 7th round. Come on, man. Who's that guy? Eddie and Hearns says they want Deontay Wilder. That's the fight they want. Yeah, I'm not impressed with that fight. With Anthony Joshua last fight. Yeah, you knocked him out in the 7th round. Yeah, I'll be impressed with the Deontay Wilder fight. This is what we want. This is the fight that we want. Oh, I'm definitely taking Deontay Wilder. But this is what we want. So when we do that, then I can talk to you about that because you just still doing the same things that you've been doing over there in the UK. That's not impressing me. And that's what got you behind losing the titles when you came over here in New York and the States. We're not playing around. I'm just saying. NFL, man, this is crazy. It's in full effect. It's really here. Preseason's going on. Let me talk about because my Steelers got a preseason game today at 6:30. But let me talk about my preseason game. My Steelers preseason game that took place last weekend. I ain't gonna go through all the preseason games. So much going on. But my Steelers 27-17 over the Bucks. Kenny Pickett 6-7, 70 yards, 33-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver George Pickens. Mitchell Trubisky 1 for 4, 10 yards, interception. Mason Rudolph 7 for 12, 132 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. Bucks Baker Mayfield 8 for 9, 63 yards, 1 touchdown. And John Wolfire 10 for 17, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Also, Steelers got preseason game 6:30 p.m. tonight at home against the Bills. So I'm going to be tuned in on that on my phone, watching that because, I got to be at the fashion show supporting Ace of Styles doing their thing out there. Fresh Sports Show going to be pulling up on the scene. Me and Lynn networking, doing what I do, enjoying the festivities. So I'm going to be having my phone now, watching my, keep my eye on the festivities. But, when I see my starters get out there and, I have to keep my focus on enjoying the event and everything, then follow up afterwards. But it's gonna be a good Saturday, and we're gonna enjoy it. Hey, also, before we get out of here, the University of Kentucky has been selected by Vanessa Bryant to become the first Kobe Bryant sponsored school. The Wildcats will have their own exclusively Kentucky-themed Kobe sneakers and apparel this season with special uniforms featuring the Mamba logo. Man, it's a beautiful thing. Can't wait to see more Kobe Bryant branded teams, even in the league, NBA, even across the board, NFL, whatever have you. That Black Mamba logo is going to be around. that Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba, Nike theme, anything, basketball, football, soccer, baseball, hockey, whatever you name it, tennis, golf, whatever, we about it. Black Mamba, Mamba mentality, 824, Kobe Bryant forever. You already know. RIP. We getting out of here. Speaking of RIP, former Ravens, Seahawks running backs, Alex Collins, 28, was involved in a fatal motorcycle crash. He crashed into a sports utility vehicle on the West Oakland Park Boulevard. This is a real tragedy. So, sending condolences to his family and send prayers and strength to everybody that's affected and involved with the situation, the tragedy. And also see that Jimmy Graham, Saints tight end, he's going through a medical situation. I guess that's the reports is he got arrested last night for apparently to be intoxicated in traffic area, in the middle of traffic, and just so I guess they took him in, evaluations, all that good stuff, and they claiming it to be just a seizure, some type of form of a seizure, and this is just a medical episode they explain. So sending him prayers to be strengthened mentally, physically, and to just hopefully the doctors find an answer so he can correct that and get good health. Football should be the last thing on his mind right now. Get his health genuinely right, so he can be in good spaces to do anything else from there. But great show. We're getting about it here. Make sure y'all tune in Fresh Bar Sports Show. Subscribe to the YouTube page, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Please tell his friends, tell a friend. Continue to support the show by any means. We're going to let it cook, let it marinate, let it bubble up. Tonight, Aces Styles Fashion Show. Fresh Bar Sports Show. We're going to be there pulling up. It's going to be a vibe. It's going to be lit. Stay tuned for more episodes. Fresh Bar Sports Show coming up next week.